At this time, would all students that have enlisted in the military please come forward? Landon Page, Army National Guard. Petoskey Champaign, Marines. Madison Gage, Navy. Brian Kessler, Gabriel Wixom, U.S. Air Force. please stand for the playing of the national anthem. Good evening. I'm Deidre Gamble, the proud principal of Petoskey High School. I am honored to be here tonight to welcome you to the commencement exercise for the class of 2021. To start our ceremony this evening, I would like to welcome our first speaker, Mr. Chris Parker, Public Schools of Petoskey Superintendent.
Thanks, Principal Gamble. Congratulations, class of 2021. Before we get started, there's a little bit of business I'd like to take care of. All right, thank you. I am so excited to be here with you today and to see each of you proud of your accomplishments and the potential within all of you. Our future's in good hands. Thanks to all of your hard work and that of the school board, teachers, support staff, parents, caregivers, and this community, we're here today to celebrate your achievements. Today marks the end of a very challenging chapter of your lives. A chapter that has been made even more challenging by the pandemic and all of its sacrifices, unprecedented changes, and anxiety that came with it. For 15 months, you've dealt with quarantines, close contacts, school closings, lost seasons, lost concerts, and there are likely some here today who may have lost loved ones or are afraid that they were going to lose loved ones. The word disruptive doesn't cover it. In the end, you all made it. You persevered. You helped and supported each other. You made it through, and I'm proud of your accomplishments. While I hope you never experience anything like this again, I'm certain that you will face other challenges. You're going to face challenges that will test your will, your knowledge, and your character. You're going to have to make hard decisions. You'll undoubtedly find yourself in situations that are unfamiliar and unsettling. It doesn't seem like it today, but it's inevitable. It's how it works. And no class has ever been more prepared to handle it than you. You've handled this last year and a half with grit, grace, and hope. You've risen to the challenges, and now here you are, the stadium full of people on the backside of a pandemic, graduating from Petoskey High School, and ready to take on what's next. No class has faced such a challenging preparation ever. and you can use that and should use that to propel you to great heights in the future. It's important to remember to reflect on the things that happen in life so that you can learn from them. As you go through the next few days and things start to settle down, think about all that you learned this last year and a half. I think one of the most important takeaways from all this has been about balance. In this case, the balance between the academic side of school, history, science, math, reading, and the non-academic components, like health, mental health, relationships, and connectedness. It's been great to see the rest of the world come to the realization that school is more important than test scores, and I hope that realization doesn't disappear with a new school year. School is and will continue to be critically important in the development of the whole child: social, emotional, behavioral, nutritional, and academics. Maybe your challenge this year was pacing yourself with online learning. Maybe it was finding new ways to connect with friends and family during the lockdown. Maybe you helped a friend deal with depression or anxiety, or maybe you fought through it yourself. Whatever your own personal perspective is, make sure you take time and reflect on what that felt like, what decisions that you made, what you've learned from that experience, and what you can apply to other aspects in your life. Remember, as you reflect, ask yourself good questions. What did I learn? What did I learn about myself as a learner? How can I apply this learning in other areas of my life? And what else have I learned about that is similar to this or is different from this experience? Good questions are important to learning and to life. Tom Brock asked good questions. A microbiologist in 1964, he started asking questions about the hot springs in Yellowstone National Park. In particular, Dr. Brock wondered if there were any microbes that could survive in the hottest part of the springs. Over the next 50 years, and many, many questions later, Dr. Brock confirmed that indeed there were microbes that could withstand the extreme hot temperatures, even living and thriving in the boiling water of the springs. Brock named this species of bacteria Thermus aquaticus, and after further intensive study, the bacteria revealed an enzyme that was later discovered to be a key ingredient in the polymerase chain reaction, or PCR test. Some of you may know from personal experience that the PCR test is commonly referred to as the premier diagnostic test being used around the world to detect the presence of COVID-19. Good questions, plus a whole lot of grit and determination, yielded a game-changing and life-saving scientific breakthrough. Even the best questions will only get you so far. There are times you're going to feel like quitting, and you're going to have to keep going. Dr. Brock's wonder about possible bacteria living in boiling water doesn't amount to life-changing science without perseverance. Imagine the determination it took to stay locked in on one question, or even one area of question, for almost 50 years. Use what you've learned to help sustain you when you begin to doubt yourselves. You've already got valuable experience to draw from. Think of how hard it was not to be around your friends when the pandemic first hit, or how odd it was to stay connected to learning from home when you weren't coming to school. For some of you, think about how different it was at first when you became solely online learners 12 plus years into your educational careers. As many students and teachers have shared with me, this year has brought about the fear of the unknown, confusion, anger, longing for familiarity, followed by accomplishment, satisfaction, and confidence. Had we stopped in the middle of these changes, we wouldn't have realized the success at the end. I think the confidence that you've gained from making it through this last couple of years is going to serve you well. Finally, when I got here a couple years ago, we started talking about a concept called every opportunity. It's a concept based on the idea that we have multiple times every day where we make decisions about actions, and that those decisions, however small, compound into a greater result. For us, every opportunity means that we have to take advantage of every chance we have to make a positive difference in the lives of students. Daily life and its stressors and distractions can sometimes obscure these decisions, but I've already seen multiple examples of our staff living into this idea through their daily work and interactions with students, parents, and the community. So if every opportunity is going to continue to have an impact, we got to continue to remain focused and conscious of our purpose, our vision, and our goal. I think it's similar for you as you enter the next chapter of your lives. If you keep your goals and vision at the forefront, you can be more alert to opportunities that will help you to reach them. If you know where you want to go, you'll be more likely to get there. It's early on for a lot of you, so I don't think you have to have an exact street address plugged into your life GPS, but it's probably a good idea to have the equivalent of the country or what city, or maybe even the neighborhood you're shooting for. The rest, I think, will work itself out as you keep pressing to reach your destination. Maybe because I'm getting old, but I think it's harder now than ever for people to slow down and think deeply in a time when we're bombarded with information, tweets, snaps, TikToks, and all manner of electronic noise. The age of sustained partial attention requires intentional adjustments so that we don't miss out on the big picture. Think about all the times you're outside in a beautiful place up here, and you look around and you see people staring at their phones. It's important for us to find ways to preserve time to think deeply and critically. Remember to ask good questions. Be alert to opportunities and seek those that will move you closer to your goals, and then be fearless, tireless, and relentless in pursuing them. Don't get caught staring at your phone when opportunity knocks. And while I'm on the topic of phones, remember to call your parents once in a while. Don't just text them. It's important. You'll understand later. And I'll close with the words of Dr. Brock, who said, quote, "Study hard and keep an open mind," unquote. I hope you remember to identify yourselves not as victims of a pandemic, but as a group of individuals who have faced an extreme test and persevered through it. Use all that you've learned and apply it. It's your turn. We need you to shape our future and create new possibilities. You can do this. Congratulations and good luck.
And causes of success. May you have the confidence to always do your best. May you take no effort in you being generous, sharing what you can, nothing more, nothing less.
May you know the meaning of the word happiness. May you always lead from the beating in your chest. May you be treated like an esteemed guest. May you get to rest, may you catch your breath.
And may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa. And may the road less paved be the road that you follow. Whoa. Well, here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'd be sad without you. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it. I want you to have it all.
May you be as fascinating as a slap bracelet. May you get the chaos and the clutter of your desk. May you have unquestionable health and less stress, having no possessions through unmeasurable wealth.
May you get a gold star on your next test. May your educated guesses always be correct. And may you win prizes shining like diamonds. And may you own it each moment to the next.
And may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa. And may the road less paved be the road that you follow. Whoa. Well, here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'd be sad without you. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it. I want you to have it all.
Oh, I want you to have it.
Oh, all you can imagine.
Oh, no matter what your path is.
If you believe it, then anything can happen.
Go, 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 raise your glasses, go, go, go.
You can have it all.
Here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you.
I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. Don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'd be sad without you. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it. I want you to have it all. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. Here's to you always making me laugh. Here's to the fact that I'd be sad without you. I want you to have it all. Raise your glasses, go, go, go. You can have it all.
I want to welcome to the stage our two class speakers for this evening, Carly Sneddon and Sarah Liederbach. Carly is the daughter of Tracy Sneddon and Andrew Sneddon and is a magna cum laude honors student. Sarah is the daughter of Fred and Kathy Liederbach and is a summa cum laude honors student.
Apologize for the slight delay. Good evening, parents, teachers, family, and friends. As I look at the graduates seated today, I see an incredible group of young adults who are ready to embark on a new escapade that begins this evening. I am honored and privileged to deliver the commencement address on behalf of this year's graduating class. My name is Carly Sneddon, and my life has revolved around this small northern Michigan town, Petoskey, for my entire life. Whether it is the urge to jump off the break wall on warm summer evenings, or the way I smile as waves hug the sandy shorelines of Lake Michigan, this place and school will leave lasting impressions on each and every one of us. It is such a pleasure to share the high level of emotional intensity that fills the stadium today as we turn this page on this chapter of our life story. Parents, you are likely sitting in dismay, wondering where the time has gone. As you marvel at the accomplishments of your son or daughter, it probably doesn't seem too long ago that these same children were toddling off to their first day of kindergarten. Today, those kindergartners become Petoskey graduates. The home of the Northmen is now also the home of future lawyers, doctors, teachers, musicians, and engineers. We are the class of 2021. We were born during the infancy of the 21st century and are graduating as our world encounters numerous challenges: a global pandemic, civil rights unrest, and some of the largest political disputes in history. There is pride to be taken in the resilience of these young adults who spent a majority of their junior year and portions of their senior year inhabiting solely the space of their homes, vehicles, and grocery stores.
As we navigate adulthood, life will not get easier. However, you may find comfort in knowing that you survived your senior year, despite quarantines, executive orders, and the major adjustments we have all made in regard to everyday life. These obstacles have undoubtedly taken us from immature teenagers to impressionable and courageous adults with amazing aspirations. As this chapter ends and another begins, I am sure that many of us are anxious to voyage forward. Unlike any chapter book, we do not have the power to skip through the pages of life to anticipate the length of upcoming chapters, nor do we have the ability to move backwards to relive the parts that we will so greatly miss. Each day that passes, another page is added. Luckily, we have been provided with all of the paper and ink that we will need to craft all of our own novels. With the support of family, friends, and fellow graduates, our stories will easily become bestsellers. Each of us has our own anecdotes to reflect on about the years spent within the walls of Petoskey High School. We will part ways after this evening's ceremony and work to create our individual narratives. Do not forget the friendships you have made from making complete fools of ourselves throughout our middle school years, or the pure joy shared as we devoured gourmet cafeteria chicken sandwiches on Thursdays. Whatever your next consists of, whether that's college, the military, the workforce, or something completely different, there will be times that self-doubt will stand in the way of an open door. Failure will inevitably arise, and you will be responsible for picking yourself up and learning from your mistakes rather than allowing them to define you. Your faults will be one of the largest foundations for which you will build yourself upon. Remind yourself that you control your own destiny and have the ability to achieve all that you set your mind to. Strive to make a difference in your own lives, in the lives of those around you. Find something to devote your time to that ignites your passions into something real, raw, and beautiful. I had the privilege of being able to express myself and my passions through numerous outlets at Petoskey High School, as I'm sure many of us have. We owe extensive amounts of appreciation to each of our teachers, mentors, and coaches, but I'd like to especially thank Tracy Thompson today. I hope that each of you have the opportunity to learn from someone who not only encourages you to be the best version of yourself, but also instills the confidence needed for you to dream big. I also hope that this person teaches you that hard work does pay off, and sometimes being successful means trying multiple times before you get there. I hope that this person helps you find yourself in ways that you never thought possible, whether that's a friend, a parent, a coach, or anyone you encounter. Each of us can benefit from having a Tracy in our lives. As you venture into the world, treat each day as a new learning experience. Continue a quest for knowledge by determining new ways to contribute to society, and you will have all the success that you could possibly dream of. Take risks, set goals, and follow the detours that inevitably arise and learn from them. Live a life that encourages you to live to be the greatest version of yourself. Live for the oceans that will break against your feet, and live for the 7 billion stories that you have yet to hear from the people that you encounter. Live for the fact that I want to see you succeed, as does every other audience member here tonight. An unmistakable aura of joy surrounds the stadium this evening as classmates straighten one another's caps, hug, and high-five, exhibiting the age-old symbols of friendship and caring. I challenge you to take the enthusiasm that surrounds you this evening into the world to obtain your goals. Care deeply about those around you, friends, family, peers, and whoever else that may be. And wherever this next part of your life takes you, remember to include joy in your journey. Let us leave this ceremony ready to show the world that the class of 2021 will stop at nothing to achieve greatness. Thank you.
I am so honored to address the class of 2021, their families, loved ones, and friends. This class has an impressive record. From our first day of kindergarten, we've been pressing the school's desk budget to the limit with our record numbers. We managed to make it through all of middle school without winning a single Winter Olympics. And we accumulated a record number of silent lunches in 8th grade, even misbehaving enough during one silent lunch to add another to the schedule. But before you start to wonder how we've arrived here, let me tell you a little more about the group of people before you. This group contains all-state athletes, entrepreneurs, star students, and innovators. It contains young adults who have surmounted massive challenges, are wise beyond their years, have mastered the art of making someone smile, and who are only beginning on their journeys. I'm sure none of you want to hear more about COVID, so I'll get it out of the way first. For better or for worse, we have lived through an event which will remain prominent in human history. This pandemic has reshaped our perceptions, challenged us in unforeseen ways, and stolen many things which we hold dear. Any generation who comes of age in a time of adversity gains extraordinary experiences, wisdom, and tenacity. I can only hope that we come out of this time of our life with all of that and the unity of a shared challenge. And now comes the time when I, the second youngest person in the class, offer my sage words of wisdom for your future. I, like all of us here, have so much to learn and so much room to grow, but there are a few thoughts I'd like to share with each of you. First, don't take yourself too seriously. Accept that you are imperfect and will make mistakes, over and over again. You will fail and doubt and worry and be humbled, but that's called being human. Growing up, there was a picture frame in my room that said, "Those who laugh at themselves will never cease to be amused." I have truly taken this to heart and can attest to the fact that there is plenty to laugh about when you take your shortcomings lightly. It's a beautiful thing to be able to find humor in every situation. Second, don't take yourself too seriously, but take what you do seriously. Find what you love, what makes you feel alive, what serves your neighbor, and pursue it wholeheartedly. Pour yourself into the pursuits which you choose. If you build houses, take pride in every rafter and soffit. If you start a family, raise your children with joy and investment. If you have years of schooling ahead of you, learn and explore with enthusiasm. Chase after your dreams and pour your heart into whatever you spend your time on, because chances are it will be all the more rewarding. Third, strive for honesty. Don't lie to yourself or to others. We as humans are surprisingly good at being untruthful. We tell ourselves one minute that will never amount to anything, and the next minute are unwilling to accept constructive criticism. Sometimes, when we should scrutinize, carefully listening to both sides, we accept bad information and stretched facts. Have integrity in the work you do, your responsibility to others, and the commitments you make. Be truthful when deciding how thin you can spread yourself or acknowledging where you have room to improve. My fourth and final recommendation, decide who you want to be. Many of you have spent your high school years frantically rushing from home to school to sports to band to church to work. Now, you're faced with the challenge of narrowing the scope of things you devote your time to. You can't be a chef, meteorologist, and professional basketball player just because you find steak, lightning, and free throws interesting. Similarly, you will exhaust yourself trying to exemplify every admirable quality. So decide what you want to devote your time, energy, and talent to, and embrace it. Find people who excel in the things that you struggle with and learn from them. Be content with who you choose to be, because chances are it will be someone amazing. We are gathered here today to celebrate and commemorate our advancement into the adventure that is adulthood. We'll follow a myriad of life paths, but all of our stories share a common beginning in the walls of the Petoskey schools. We've walked apprehensively into the first day of kindergarten together and cheered for each other on the sports field and on the stage. We've studied together, failed quizzes together, and witnessed each other's questionable parking jobs in the lower lot in our first day of being licensed drivers. We've survived our regrettably awkward middle school days, mastered the art of opening a locker, and observed the pit's multiple facelifts together. We've had our feet stepped on by each other at school dances, supported each other through trials, heartbreaks, and spot checks. We've complained about band, gossiped about fights, and reached lofty goals together. And now we find ourselves sitting here together, sweating and wishing our caps provided more shade, about to receive our diplomas, or at least their folders, and embark on our future adventures. To everyone who has helped us get here, thank you. To our teachers, administrators, volunteers, parents, family, mentors, and friends, we owe you all a debt of gratitude for your commitment to our success. And to my classmates, thank you for inspiring me to be more kind, work harder, laugh more, and think differently. Each of you has shown me love or support that meant the world to me, made me laugh, taught me something, humbled me, amazed me, or is present in an important memory of mine. You are amazing people, and I'm so grateful to have grown up with you. I can't wait to see what we, the Petoskey class of 2021, can do in the world, and I am convinced it will be outstanding. Thank you.
I would now like to invite the members of the Public Schools of Petoskey School Board to the stage. Mr. Mark Ashley, Miss Denise Petoskey, and Miss Kathleen Reed. Board of Education, it is my honor and privilege to present you the distinguished class of 2021. I proudly attest that the class of 2021 has successfully completed all of the requirements and expectations set forth by the public schools of Petoskey in the state of Michigan. Esteemed members of the Petoskey Board of Education, the class of 2021.
Raina Denise McFall. Julia Eileen Marie Franks. Kaylee Elizabeth Roberts. Hallie Jane Rundell. Olivia Joanne Cruz. Charisma K. Simon. Chloe Rose Hayes. Remington McLean Spencer. Anna Grace Blair. Ellie Benet Zalkowski. Maylee Jin Shim Covey. Gabriella Catherine Bacigalupi. Emily Elizabeth Stabil. Jamie Nicole Foucault. Elise McKenna Bacon. Abigail Patricia Byrne. Laurel Ayers Campbell. Marley Renee Grandgood. Amanda Heidi Feely. K. Snedden. Owen Lee DeGroot. Drew Marcel Smith. William Harvey Pizzuti. Ethan Edward Decker. Patrick Donald Levy. Jaron Ronald Kelly. Garcia Badasagay Medicine. Aaron James Richard Bovin. William Christopher Parker. Haley Ann Paulson. Shiley Aurora Worthington. Tessa Sue Leona Long. Maggie Irene Chisholm. Mariah Rose Knudsen. Lena Marie Yetter. Lainey Eugenia Resignal. Olivia Hope Zimmerman. Olivia Madeline Cerudo. Sandra Boyai. Ellen Grace Rick. Gabriella Campbell Guy. Emma Rose Squires. Eleanor Sigourney Jones. Celia Jean Michael. Kyla Ann Wong. Patrick Michael Covey. Michael Arthur Iverson. Paige Louise Harris. Drew Leonard Dunkel. Benjamin Robert Wagar. Gabriel Michael Pierce. Allie Caitlin Schaefer. Emma Teresa Thomas. Elizabeth K. McCutcheon. Adriana Lee Grubaugh. Shawnee Rose Hibbler. Calvin Lee Hines Braley. Madison Rose Gage. Kyla K. Crawford. Brianna Rose Ladrig. Ava Marie Seabaum. Chelsea Elizabeth Champagne. Annabelle Lynn Wilcox. Luke Alexander Sumter. Bryce Frederick Beck. Mason James McFadden. Jackson Vaughn Kingma. William James Rundell. Jason Thomas Helmer. Ty Lewis Slater. Alexis Nicole Glazier. Maylee Rue Widoff. Megan Elizabeth Brown. Abigail Marie Garris. Kanan Michael Gray. Gavin Robert Lauer. Aaron Yashik O'Leary. Michael Thomas Allen. Corey Matthew Carlson. Nigel Robert Allum. Isaac George Graham. Brody Keegan Woods. Ambrose Bromley Moore. Tanner Jeremy Helton. Dominic Robert Greenow. Trenton Patrick Bennett. Jonathan Bradley Weld. Zachary Thomas Birchfield. Gavin Wesley Dyer. Coyer Eli Berkmeyer. Aaron Page Gaskill. Sydney Margaret Mann. Erin Nicole Ingalls. Jamison May Carr. Peyton Claire Miller. Lucy Valentine De La Parra. Molly Marie Anderson. Jean Catherine Crittenden. Madeline Jean LeBlanc. Autumn Snow Naturkis. Gregory Martin Kuntz. B. Francis Putman. Ashley Tran Wynn. Olivia Irene Cantrell. Kylie Marie Montel. Ainsley May Helens. Catherine Elizabeth Bishop. Erin Elaine Joppy. Morgan May Harrington. Garrett Roger Flynn. Lena Rose DiGiulio. Sarah Naomi Liederbach. Paige Estelle Samard. Grant Bradford Clapadlow. Ethan Owen Reinfuse. Michael Donald Ewing. Callan Lee Williams. Gabriel Michael Lewis. Abigail Catherine Haney. Hope Miriam Hopkins. John Alexander Taylor. Brooke Lee Baker. Caitlin Marie Dow. Jason Ryan Baudouin. Matthew Lee Muller. Alexandra Mary Ladd. Landon Todd Fidel Page. Keegan Anthony Halk. Karina Jane Langen. Robert Jawan Smith. Elena Eileen Ormsby. Addie Rose Garegian. Kylie Jan Tompkins. Ariana Elizabeth Schwartzfischer. Melanie Caitlin Alshop. Emma Alice Lindwall. Chloe B. Peterson. Emma Grace Daniel. Ella Grace Varnhagen. Maya Nicole Massey. Tucker Michael Sipe. Gavin Maestas Myers. Parker Collins Bollinger. McCoons Marcus Gasco. Olivia Grace Kamalani McGann. Lauren Marie Jackson. Ava Kathleen Peterson. Estelle Marie Hutchinson. Jennifer Ann Nellett. Gage Michael Fox. Olivia Michelle Grohl. Nicole Grace DeYoung. Ian Douglas Peel. Katie Lynn DeYoung. Charles Valente Ramirez. Jack Francis Ledig. Hannah Marie Haas. Mackenzie May Fike. Briannica Marie Cobb. Madison Michelle Farella. Riley Jared Least. Sam Patrick Arthur. Gage Theron Barnadin. Aaron Matthew Gray. Nolan Thomas Kruski. Haley Catherine Parent. Kennedy Rose Wanacott. Jason Michael Poquette. Corbin Jack Mainland. Drew Robert Hittner. Cheyenne Daniels. Lillian Renee Kucher. Asley Elizabeth Haley. Anson James Goodwin. Kainalu Scott Kipapa. Riley K. Magnuson. Macy Rose Owens. Cassidy Marie Hill. Justine Marie Friedenstab. Robert Fraley. Max Robert Bergen. Hunter James Hicks. Dylan Michael Flynn. Brandon Paul Hyatt. Trinity Katie Martinchek. Zachariah Michael Devers. Starling Jane Hurd. Emerald Palmer. Shadane Danique Pink. Catherine Judith Mancini. Megan Ann Wright. Danny Lee Hopkins. Brian Lawrence Kessler. Brooke Elizabeth Croft. Jack Douglas Cockfield. Haley Rose Barnes. Julia Elizabeth Florensky. Holly Lynn Merritt. Abby Madeline Belsky. Thais Ashmanique McKenzie. Gabriel Jack Wixon. Nathan Oliver Van Noort. Matthew Allen Raymond. Jasper Everett Warner. Blaze Ashton Bates. Logan James Perry. Vincent Jean Holford. Logan Howard Jorgensen. William Thomas Stratton. Devin Garrett Ross. Colin Stephen Kohlberg. Azriel Jules Haynes. Annika J. Schubach. Madison Renee Ginhart. Isabel Raven Coomer. Sierra Ann Godzik. Nimki Edward Naganash. Caden Allen Schlosser Berry. Andrew Daniel Hansen. Braden James Kohlberg. Sinjin James Shanley. Jacob Douglas Pierce Whitmire. Tristan Lark Worden. And Luke Jeffrey Rokop.
To conclude the ceremony, I would like to invite Eleanor Jones and Paige Samar to the stage for the turning of the tassels.
Good evening. Will the class of 2021 please stand?
As a symbol of our transition from candidates to graduates, we invite members of the class of 2021 to turn their tassels, marking not an end, but the beginning of yet another chapter in our lives.
On behalf of the graduating class, we would like to thank you for coming today to celebrate our achievement. And one last time, congratulations to the class of 2021!
At this time, graduates, please follow the staff members to pick up your diplomas.